Guru. I got a few things to do today here at the office. I haven't had a whole lot of work worth filming live. So, we have two basic things I have to show you today. I'm going to do it mostly silence because I just don't have that much feedback. If you don't talk to me live or give me a phone call, then I'm going to concentrate on this work. Show up, say hi. Here we are. 855-434-8787. Give me a technical conversation. If you call me while I'm not live, that will be a recorded phone call. I might take it here and talk about it. Here we are. Okay, so it looks like we got an earlier MacBook Air. There we go. That's what it is. We're going to install the Aurora SSD. Now this customer, I totally forgot about this customer. She took my advice and ultimately bought that drive, but like 6 months later. As you can see, we're dealing with a machine that's been dropped. It's been manhandled. Can you see? Here, maybe you can see on this camera better. Look at that. Supposedly it's a working machine with 128 gigs of storage. So we're going to fix that. Oh my goodness, this thing got dropped hard. So anyway, there's no structural, that's all structure. It's nothing functional under there. The battery is not towards that corner. That probably would have destroyed the battery. Yeah, it's all empty right here. So we're going to install this 1 terabyte SSD from OWC. 1 terabyte. I think it's got a 128 in here. If not, something small. Alrighty, here we go. What else do I have going on? Oh, yes, I got some data transfer to do from another drive. I just installed Windows on this Lenovo over here. You can't quite see what's going on here. Let me get this open, and then I'll show you about the SSD to SATA modification I'm going to use to drag the data over. There we go. Go. Okie dokie. Now this customer says they're already backed up, so I'm not doing any data transfer. That should be a quick and dirty setup. One of the earlier machines that's still, dare I say, repairable. And you can replace the SSD on machines up to, with the Air, I think it's 2017. Oh man, this thing took a header. Some of these screws are non-functional because they got punched out. I don't know if I can demonstrate what I mean by that, but the screw, yeah, when this thing took a header, it popped out some of the base where the flathead of the screw holds down the base plate. So, yeah, we got 2 of those screws. Hopefully this thing works. It boots to a blank screen, that's why I'm not showing you how interesting that is. And that's probably because the drive is full. I think that's our ultimate conversation. So, what is this? This screwdriver is not labeled. All right, that's all filthy. Oh, got one more screw. There we go. MacBook Air changed the least over the most number of years. And there we are. Here is our SSD. We'll see by staring at it what size it is. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh, what size screw is that? It's not the same as the external screws. Let's see if we can safely unplug this to make sure we're safe. Good, always unplug the battery whenever possible. And let's see if this is the same size screw. And no, it's not. So, I didn't think it was. I think it's one size up. Oh, this one works. There we go. I got a bunch of little screwdrivers that aren't labeled. I don't know what size this is. That was it. There we go. This Samsung OEM hardware is, see part numbers, 128 gigs, yes, absolutely. A tiny drive. You can't quite see that, can you? Well, let's try this camera. There we go. 128 gigs. What a tiny drive. So we're replacing it with our 1 terabyte. Right. Yeah, see, the problem is when customers wait 6 months, I have to remember our initial conversation. And there we go. All right, back. Oh man, how did this thing get dirt inside? It's filthy in here. Gee golly. All right, so I don't want to. Oh man, tolerances. Let's see here. I'm trying to make sure it gets all the way in. Obviously, that's common. That's a problem. So the problem is it is actually all the way in, but it doesn't necessarily look that way because these little connectors are still exposed. The reason I know it's in is because it does align with the screw. The reason I'm live is because I do encourage interaction. 855-434-8787. Show up in the chat. Give me a call. I haven't been on live in a while. Most of my work lately has been house calls, not filmable. All right, drive is physically installed. Now we're gonna plug this in, fire it up, and see about getting OS reinstalled. VOS reinstalled. All right. Oh, of course, I need to replug it in. See, Apple's later philosophy as of 2017 with their MacBook Pros, they don't want you replacing the SSD. Their argument is going to be allows you to make a faster machine and a more reliable one, which is baloney. Oh man, I call it arrogant engineering. When you don't make something repairable, the engineer should have the confidence to tell management to back off. Let's fire this up and see how it performs. Man, I cannot believe that ding in the corner. I'm gonna guess this is a dead battery. Man, this thing looks like a cartwheel. All right, let me go find that charger. Alrighty. Get the power plug. There we go. Hey. Yeah, of course it says there's no drive. I'm surprised it turned on. All right. I thought it was just dead from sitting around, unused. All right. I don't know if you guys can see what's going on there. Oh, right. Oh, there we go. That's probably more useful to you. Okay, so now let's turn this thing off first. We're going to do a Command Option R and see if we can get our, good. Command Option R after we turn it on, immediately after we turn it on. Okay. Let's hope this thing being dropped. Let's see here. All right, you probably didn't hear that gong, but here we are, starting internet recovery. This may take a while. All right, other job while this is hurrying up and waiting. All right, let's see here. This is our SATA drive out of a 5 or 6-year-old Lenovo. There's our camera. Get yourself one of these adapters for about $8. USB-A to USB SATA. There we are. I'm just going to plug this into my desktop where the customer's data sits on my desktop. Yes. And it's not coming to life. Let's see here. There we are. Nothing that a little. I didn't. So this is just a bunch of hurry up. Why is it right clicking? I want to left click. Let's see here. Let's see why. Okay, so all I want to do, this PC, local disk. I do not have access. All right. There. Now I'm going to dump his content onto his desktop, and then I'll do his house cleaning later. Okay, here we go. Hurry up and wait. Yes. Okay, so we get some data transfer from a Lenovo, and we're going to do a reinstall of the OS on this MacBook Air. We're going to stick around a little bit so no one shows up. There's not much else to show up. The gimmick here is you show up and give me company. Alrighty. That's the other thing. If this turns out to be a bad part, not that I think it would be, likely speaking, but customers will buy stuff and sit on it for months. You can't return it after 30 days. Alrighty. 2 more minutes. Let me see if I can make this a little more friendly here. There. Now you can see a little bit better. Let's see a little bit more about what's up. All right, if you've never been here before, my name is Chris. I am the IT guy from Redondo Beach, California. Show up, say hi in the chat, or give me a live phone call at 855-434-8787. If you call me after hours, I'll answer the phone and give you your conversation. It will be a recorded call, and I'll narrate it later, right here. 855-434-8787. All righty, let's see here. So far, so good. No hiccups yet. All right. Oh. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. This older hardware. Let me see if I can bypass this problem. Sometimes when I try to connect by Wi-Fi, either the Wi-Fi card is worn out or Apple, in their brilliance, disabled some of this older hardware's ability to correctly communicate with their servers. So, let me see if my little whiz-bang, well, that's USB-C. Let me find, oh, there's my Apple edition. USB-A to Apple Ethernet. So let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Oh, this so pisses me off, Apple. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, so just as a tip, don't go buying hardware and then not installing it right away. Because if it's bad or if there's some sort of compatibility issue because you've literally waited that long. Okay, let's try this again. Let's turn it off. Let's try this by Ethernet. So this is a stock USB-A to Apple Ethernet. And I say Apple Ethernet because a lot of these dongles don't work because they only have drivers for Windows because Apple doesn't install or have a driver available for like the Amazon version. So we're going to turn it on. Command Option Power R. There we are. All right, let's see if this works by Ethernet. All right, good. That was fast. Okay, so why does this tell me I'm not charging? Is this charging properly? Kind of filthy. Well, that's weird. Is this thing charging? Oh, there it's charging. Good. Drum roll. Ethernet's always faster and more reliable anyway, so if you have an Ethernet jack available, that's the way you want to go. Alrighty. Hurry up and wait. My fear is that I might end up having to go back to the old hardware and installing the upgrade in place. Because I'm guessing this thing was never upgraded, which means if it has open 10.7 or whatever the old version of the OS that came with this machine is, it's not correctly communicating with Apple servers because it is that old. Oh my goodness. Which means the only way I'd be able to get a later OS on this machine is if I have a USB bootable copy. You know what I mean? Let's just see if I can get this to go. If I can't, we'll revisit this. I already know what it needs. Let's just see if Ethernet is able to get things going. Now this timer here, it says 49, that's actually minutes. So I'm not going to sit here for 49 minutes. I'm going to go about my day. Ooh, mail's here. Meanwhile, the Lenovo content is being transferred. I think my mail's here. I'll be right back. Hi. Do I have anything?
I do have a package for you that's in the truck. I'll
Thanks.
pick it up in 15 minutes.
Cool, thanks. Alrighty. Do. Well, there we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this timer says it's about 48 minutes. It doesn't make sense to sit here for 48 minutes. The data for my Lenovo currently says 4 hours and 45 minutes, which doesn't make sense. That'll drop. That's not going to take that whole time to do. And then I'm going to buy a battery for this 2017 MacBook Pro. But that's not worth filmable. That's not a filmable thing. So that's pretty much it. You show up, give me a conversation live, or if you call me off hours at 855-434-8787, I'll record the call and narrate it later. Give me a technical client conversation. Thanks. I'm going to wait around for a few more minutes and then we're going to take off. I got another computer I got to drop off at the mail. Going to have a logic board repair. Customer tried to do, oh no, I'm sorry, no, I got to swap out an LCD for a MacBook Pro. Customer tried to do it himself. There were a bunch of screws missing, so I'm going to send it out because it looks like they probably damaged their logic board. Have a good day. All right. Do-do-do-do-do. All right. Well, obviously not the most interesting conversation, but I haven't been online in probably over a week, so I figured it was worth showing up. This is what I'm up to. This is mostly what gets shown. Show up, say hi. Obviously, this is a more interesting conversation when you're here. I'm going to take off. I don't think I have anything else to offer you right now. I show up randomly and film the work when it makes sense. 855 434 8787.